Forget what you've been told. Atlantis wasn't just a city swallowed by the sea. It may have chosen the ocean as its home. While the world built upward, Atlantis built downward. Imagine a civilization not destroyed by water, but empowered by it. What if the people of Atlantis created entire underwater habitats, sustained by forgotten technologies and hidden beneath the ocean surface? Subscribe to Infinity now, hit the bell, and dive with us into the depths of forbidden history, where ancient engineering meets science fiction, and the myths may hold more truth than we ever imagined. Atlantis is one of humanity's most enduring legends. First recorded by the Greek philosopher Plato in 360 BCE, the tale describes a vast, technologically advanced island empire beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. According to Plato, Atlantis was a utopian society, rich in wisdom, wealth, and power. It had grand architecture, a powerful navy, advanced knowledge of astronomy and engineering, and a political system that rivaled or even surpassed those of Greece or Egypt. The Atlanteans lived in harmony at first, but as time passed, their civilization became corrupt, arrogant, and power-hungry. The gods, displeased with their moral decay, punished Atlantis by destroying it in a single night of earthquakes and floods. The island sank beneath the waves, lost forever. But was it really lost? And was it really destroyed? Plato insisted the story was not a myth, but a retelling of historical records passed down by Egyptian priests. Over the centuries, scholars and explorers have debated whether Atlantis was real or metaphorical. Yet, across continents, from the Americas to Africa to Asia, similar legends of a great sunken land have persisted. And here's where the story gets far more intriguing. What if Atlantis never sank accidentally? What if it adapted to the sea by choice? This theory opens an entirely new chapter in human history, one where Atlantis didn't fail, it transformed. Atlantis, as described in ancient sources, was massive, larger than Libya and Asia combined. It was divided into concentric rings of land and water, connected by bridges and tunnels. The central island hosted a towering temple to Poseidon, the sea god, who was said to have fathered the first kings of Atlantis. The walls were lined with orichalcum, a mysterious metal described as second only to gold in value. This ringed structure wasn't just aesthetically pleasing, it was functionally brilliant. It offered natural defense, complex irrigation, and seamless transportation. Canals connected various sections of the city, while massive docks allowed the civilization to manage an enormous naval fleet. The people of Atlantis were exceptional. Their society was based on merit, balance, and harmony. Education was revered, science and spirituality coexisted, and citizens lived with a sense of purpose and connection to the natural world. Their architectural designs showed evidence of both deep wisdom and extraordinary technical mastery. Agriculture was sophisticated. They engineered aqueducts, terraces, and seed banks. Their ships sailed not just by wind, but possibly by early experimental forms of propulsion. Atlantean architecture merged geometry and energy. Temples and homes were built on ley lines, designed to harness Earth's magnetic fields. The city glowed, some claimed, with a soft, unnatural light, perhaps powered by crystal-based energy systems now lost to time. They also held deep respect for balance. Technologically brilliant, yet spiritually rooted. They knew that without moral discipline, power could become their undoing. Ironically, that's exactly what happened. According to Plato, Atlantis fell when its people became greedy and tyrannical. But ancient Egyptian records suggest a different angle, that the Atlanteans, foreseeing ecological collapse, chose to abandon the surface world. The fall, then, was not merely punishment from the gods. It may have been a carefully calculated migration. In this version, the so-called destruction of Atlantis was actually a transition. Rising sea levels, intensified by the melting glaciers at the end of the last ice age, made surface living unsustainable. The Atlanteans, instead of perishing, moved beneath the waves. This would explain why no substantial ruins have ever been found. They weren't destroyed. They're simply not where we expect them to be. Imagine ancient people who understood the ocean so intimately they designed cities beneath it. Instead of resisting nature, they merged with it. Using volcanic rock, coral, and marine symbiosis, they created pressurized habitats deep in thermal oceanic trenches. They might have used air pockets inside submerged caves, geothermal vents for heat and energy, and algae-based systems for air purification. Structures would have been anchored with deep stone foundations and connected by tunnels, possibly even magnetic rails or acoustic communication channels. The idea isn't pure fantasy. Modern marine biology proves such conditions exist in deep-sea environments. Nature already offers all the raw materials. What if Atlantis had figured out how to use them? Ancient sonar anomalies, unexplained ruins near Cuba, Japan, and India, and legends of glowing underwater cities all hint at something extraordinary hiding in the deep. Plato's concentric rings might have been domed habitats, pressurized and biointegrated, concealed by centuries of sediment. Atlantean descendants may have left clues in mythologies across the world as fish gods, merfolk, or sea deities that brought knowledge to humanity. Atlantis, as we know it, is only half the story. The other half is still submerged, not just beneath water, but beneath assumption. What if the real Atlantis wasn't a cautionary tale, but a success story of adaptation? What if its people didn't die out, but evolved into the ocean itself? It reframes not just history, but the future. As climate change threatens coastal cities, Atlantis may offer a long-lost blueprint for surviving, even thriving beneath the sea. Subscribe to Infinity for more exclusive explorations into the ancient, the forbidden, and the forgotten. Because the answers you seek aren't always above ground. Sometimes they lie beneath. Atlantis wasn't a lost city. It was an evolutionary leap, a civilization that mastered both technology and spirit. A people who chose transformation over destruction. Their story isn't finished. We are just beginning to uncover it. With each sonar scan, each dive, and each discovery, the veil lifts a little more. Are we ready for what we might find? Atlantis may yet return, not as legend, but as inspiration. Dive deep, stay curious, and never stop asking, what if the myths were memories?